when I saw the photo of her sitting on her great grandmother's lap was that this doesn't look like a grandparent affection going on here. Like, this woman looks like she could be working for the family. Quite literally, I thought to myself, this woman looks like she could be the help. And I thought that because there's a lack of affection there. You know, in both of the photos, there's a lack of affection. It's just like a woman standing next to her. And I obviously know that that was a circumstance. When you're talking about a family that had a ton of plantations, which is the reality. She descends from Irish slavers. That is a fact that Kamala Harris cannot deny. She descends from wealthy Irish slavers who virtually they did own the town. They named the town. It was Hamilton Town, then it was Brownstown in Jamaica. He had over 1,000 slaves, okay? It would follow that there would be help around the house. And I'm just gonna put here as a question mark, not as a fact. If they're looking at some of these photos of people who became like family and they're trying to pass them off like relatives, again, not a fact, a huge question mark, but my instinct tells me that that person is actually not her family member. And if it is, well, Kamala's got some explaining to do. How did she meet Grandma Beryl almost 20 years after Grandma Beryl died?
Yeah, coming for Janet Jackson's neck resulted in Candace Owens digging through Kamala's Jamaican part of the family to see if Janet was right. There's no argument about her mom's side. Everybody's in agreement that her mother is Indian. The part that was always sketchy was the Jamaican side. It was just weird that all these folks were so adamant about calling Janet Jackson's comments misinformation, but none of them actually did any research at all to verify Janet's claims. They just always went along with Kamala's dad, Donald J. Harris, was Jamaican, so that meant he was black. When anyone with sense knows Jamaica is a country, a nationality, not a race. I've had some Jamaicans in here laughing in the comments because they also testified that there are white Jamaicans, Chinese, Indian Jamaicans. They're all there too. Everyone on the island is not of African descent. The biggest lie that was exposed is Kamala the cosplaying chameleon showing a picture in her book of a lady named Beryl. She said that was her grandmother Beryl. Yeah, Kamala's grandmother is supposedly a woman named Beryl Finnegan. Someone her father didn't talk about much. This picture just popped up when Kamala was running for president the first time. You know, when she tried to cosplay as a Black American woman all of a sudden. After years of running as an Indian American woman, she was desperately trying to blacken up her whole story. She went from propping up her Indian family to all of a sudden always talking about Howard and AKAs. Kamala the cosplaying chameleon erased everything else, like her Canadian background, that most Americans didn't know about until a couple of months ago. Yeah, we're talking about the lady that's been in the White House for nearly 4 years. No one knew about her Canadian background. Her Indian mother raised her in Canada with her Indian family members. She went to middle school up there, high school, and started college there. Most of her friends were non-Black women.